Hello, it's Hayley from Active Tameside, and today I'm going to be delivering an athletic session that's going to be mainly focused on running. So today we're going to start off with a bit of a warm-up. So as you can see, we've got plenty of cones spread out. As part of the warm-up, we're going to be travelling around in different ways. Whenever somebody blows a whistle or somebody says go, you've got to get to a cone as quick as possible. So the first way we're going to travel, we're just going to be walking, so nice and upright, swinging your arms, really tall posture. So just walking round. And then every time someone says go, just quick to a cone as possible. So just walking around, go, as quick to a cone as possible. So you can change the way you move. So now we can take it into a bit of a jog. So just a nice controlled pace, using your arms, upright posture. So just jogging round. Go. Go. And then we can change it to skipping, so we want to be getting those knees nice and high, opposite arm, opposite leg, heads up. Go! Go! And then we can change it to high knees, so you want your knees up, using your arms nice and light on your toes. And then final one, travelling sideways. So using your arms to keep the momentum and nice and light on your toes. Go! Okay, so for the first part of the session, we're going to be focusing on sprinting. So short distance, as fast as you can. So as you can see, I've just got a starting point, and then I've got 3 points. So I've got a yellow cone, blue cone, and a red cone. Again, not too far away, but just nice and spread out. So we're going to be focusing on your sprinting technique. So you want to be head up, looking forward wherever you're going, okay, not looking to the side. And you're driving your arms, so you're driving them in line with your lips and your hips. You want your knees going high and nice and light on your feet. All we're going to do is we're going to start our starting point. You're just going to sprint to the first cone and then just walk back nice and slowly, sprint to the second cone, walk back, and then sprint to your third cone and walk back. If you've got a few people who are doing this, you might want to do it in a relay. So the first person goes to the first cone and back, and then the next person, and then you move on to each cone. So I'll just show you now. So remember, head up, driving those arms. And then just walk back. Last one, really focus on driving those arms. Okay, so our next part of our session, you're going to leave your starting cone where it is and just remove your middle 2 cones and leave your furthest cone away. So about 15 metres away. What we're going to focus on doing now is different starting positions, okay? So you might start backwards, you might start forwards. If there's 2 of you, you can race against each other. So for example, I might start backwards, 2 of us on your mats, get set, go, and it's the first person to reach a cone. So we could start backwards, so on your mats, set, go! Might start crouched down. Again, focusing on driving those arms as fast as possible. So we might start crouch down on your mat, set, go! Might start stood on one leg. On your mat, set, go! And I'm sure you can come up with some more interesting ways than me. You might lie down, you might be laying on your stomach, lay on your back, facing backwards, facing to the side, or various ways. Okay, to finish off our last sprint challenges, we're going to do the Usain challenge. So many of you may know Usain Bolt for doing this. He's the fastest man, so he ran 100 metres in 9.58 seconds. So we're now going to see how fast you can run in 9 seconds. So all we're going to start with is a starting point, and you can either have someone stood further along to see how far you get, or simply a cone, and when you get to your 9 seconds you can just drop your cone. So I'm going to do my own timing, so I'll time 9 seconds on my watch. When the watch beeps, I'm just going to drop my cone. If you've got somebody else with you, they can time the 9 seconds, tell you when to go and tell you when to stop. And we're going to do it 3 times to see if you can beat your score. So let's see if you can get 100 metres like the fastest man himself. So I'm just going to set my 9 seconds. Remember focusing on heads up, nice and tall, and driving your arms. So set, go. So as you can see, I definitely didn't get to 100 metres, and I'm sure you'll be able to beat me. If you can have a go with that 3 times and just try and beat your score each time, best of luck. Now we're going to start to focus on running, okay? So we're now going to focus on, away from going as fast as possible, to being able to keep a more controlled pace running for a longer distance time. So I've got 2 challenges for you. So the first challenge is simply going to be, you just need a starting point and a code. I'm just going to use the lamppost further down. All I'm going to do is I'm going to time 1 minute 30. I'm just going to run to the lamppost and back. Every time I run to the lamppost, that's going to be 1 point. Every time I run back, 2 points. I'm going to see how many points I can get in 1 minute 30. Then have a little break and try it again. The difference between sprinting and running is when you're running, you want to be a bit more relaxed, okay, and you want to focus on being able to control that pace, so starting off a little bit slower and being able to pick it up. So we'll just go from there. We'll just time 1 minute 30. Set, go. So as you can see there, that would have been 4 points. I'd keep going till the 1 minute 30. I would then have a little break and then try and beat it. When you're running, you want to run at a really controlled pace and start to pick it up as you go along. Another alternative, so many of you might do the daily mile at school. If you're lucky enough to be able to track, maybe around a field like we're on today, or even around your garden, and see how fast you can get a mile done in. Good luck. And we're just going to finish off a cool down, so really important to stretch your muscles off after exercise to make sure they're not aching the next day, and to get your heart rate nice and down after all the exercise. So we've just got 3 cones, so we're just going to start off with jogging and back to each cone. So I'm just going to jog to the first cone and then back to the second cone and back to the third cone and back, and then we're just going to go into a walk. So just really nice and relaxed in your arms, just walk and then back and just to the yellow and then back and then to the blue and back. This time we're just going to walk to each cone and complete a stretch. So we're just going to walk to the red. And we're just going to stretch our arms. So one arm hugging the other and pull it across. And then swap. we're just going to walk to the next one. So hands are in the V shape and we're pulling. And swap. Holding your stretches for about 5 to 10 seconds. Then to the next cone. So feet in line with your shoulders, and we're just going to stretch down as far as you can. You want to keep your feet nice and straight. So we're just going to hold. And then we're just going to walk back to this one. So knees together, and we're just going to stretch our quads. If you need to hold on to something, or just have your arm out for balance, or hold onto your ear. And then swap. And then last cone, we're just going to finish off with stretching our calves, so this muscle at the back. So front foot is going to be bent, back foot's going to be nice and straight, both feet facing forward, both heels planted on the floor, standing nice and tall. And you should feel this in your back leg. And swap. Well done everyone for today. I hope you've enjoyed the session, and let's see if we've got any future Usain Bolts or Mo Farahs.